Hello, Rachel and Tyler here.
Hello.
We have decided to revisit the new deck of many things. We broke out the fun new book of the deck of many things, which I keep wanting to call the book of many things, but this one is how to use the cards in your game.
Yes.
So it's got a couple different examples of how to use it. What we're going to do today is we are going to do some draws from the deck, and we are going to be crafting an adventure out of it. So we have here our beautiful little display example. It kind of makes like a cross is what we're going for. And as we kind of get to each one of the spots on the cross to be able to craft our adventure, we did rock, paper, scissors to see who got the pressure of the book. Tyler got the book, so Tyler's going to be telling us what we're doing with the cards.
I won the rock, paper, scissors.
Feels
so
like
I get the book.
Doesn't feel like a win. Feels, yeah. All right, so I shuffled the deck up. We're going to put that here. And the first card we draw is what?
So the layout of this is similar to anyone who knows tarot. It's similar to the Celtic cross formation of doing a tarot reading. So first we have, first card that goes down is the party gathers. And that goes down.
So we got the moon inverted as the party gathers.
So that'll go down. This card represents the situation the characters are in before the adventure starts. It might be a place where they meet, a person they're visiting, what have you. So
let's go to the moon.
We'll go to the moon.
I will hold this up real quick. The moon is a very pretty card there.
And is it inverted? Or?
It is inverted.
All right, so we'll go with, this is the place.
This sounds like a place,
this sounds like a place. So a secret chamber or a place concealed by terrain.
All right, so where do we want them to gather? It's a secret place.
A secret place.
I have almost an idea of one of two things. Either one, since it's a secret place, more like a secret, it's going to be very me, Druid's Grove in the middle of the woods, kind of under a full moon, given the moon. It's kind of like a nighttime ritual thing, which is a very secretive thing for this, like, very secretive kind of group of very peaceful druids, but people think that there's a little bit of weird stuff going on, or perhaps the party thinks they can get some type of answer from these druids.
I like that idea.
Like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's like a little Coven of Druids meeting.
Coven of Druids, yeah. There's 2 words, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, next card.
Next card we have The Adventure Begins.
The Adventure Begins is the tavern, also inverted. So what does The Adventure Begins do?
So this card is placed across the first card to represent how the adventure starts. It might be a situation that starts the action or an individual who gives the adventurers a quest. This one is the tavern.
And I drew it inverted, so.
So we have inverted. Oh my gosh,
Oh, you passed it right there.
Tavern.
Tavern.
So
this also feels like a
reversed.
place.
This also feels like a place.
Yeah.
A place once used for social gatherings, but's now abandoned.
Okay, so going back to, they're in the Druid's Grove, the Secret of Druid's Grove, something about once used for gatherings but abandoned.
Yep.
Maybe it was like...
This usually starts the action.
Okay.
So if we go with it as a person, it's a person who ruins the happiness of pleasant company.
Okay, so they're in the Secret of Druid's Grove, about to watch the Secretive Druids ceremony.
And, you know, maybe they're not really supposed to be there.
Yeah, maybe they're the ruiners. So them crashing the party ends this ceremony ritual that the Druids have been spending years waiting for the right time for.
And on that full moon night, they just happen to stumble upon this secret meeting where they're not welcome.
Nope, I like it. That sounds good. Next card.
Next card is our journey. So it goes to the right of your first card. Place a card that describes the transition from introduction to the adventure location.
The skull inverted.
Yep, so this is going to be probably, it's going to go
like
sideways as well. It's going to be either a person, a creature, a location, or character that they meet along the way. And this is the skull. Skull inverted.
Person or creature.
So this is going to be their journey. So,
or it could be situation.
Or
maybe.
Situation.
Many lives at stake.
Could be theirs.
I mean, okay.
Or the druids.
Two types of things to do this. Yes, maybe it's a many lives at stake, as in the party's lives are at stake. Whatever ceremony they interrupted somehow gets perverted. and something bad happens and the party's lives are now at stake because of it. It could be your tropey thing of monster release, or it could be more like the druids were trying to suppress a curse, but now the curse is spread even more and the party gets cursed because of it, or the druids get cursed.
And then that starts their journey of trying to go forth and break that curse that has been placed upon them.
Yep.
I like that.
Like that? Cool.
I like that.
Next card.
Next card is going to be the entrance.
The Fiend.
The
right
Fiend.
Side up.
Ooh. Draw a card, place it to the right of the journey card. This card describes the entrance of the adventure location. It might be representing a creature that guards the entrance or physical details of the entrance itself.
Alright,
And this
so
one is the Fiend.
I really like Fiends.
I mean, this one might...
This is up my alley.
So, the entrance.
So situation or place, maybe?
Did we pull that one face up?
We did pull that one face up.
Interaction between the lower planes and the material planes. Perhaps an inferior bargain or demonic destruction.
So...
Or gate.
Yeah, I was going to say perhaps the reason their lives are at stake is some type of a curse that they may have enacted upon themselves. Or, all of a sudden, this portal problematic issue that the druids were trying to stop, all of a sudden gets ripped open to one of the fiendish planes, and either something walks out, or they get sucked into it. Personally, I like that they get sucked into it better. This is kind of, actually, very similar to the campaign I'm running right now. This is going great.
Yeah, it's sounding very familiar.
Yeah, sounds very familiar. This is great.
Next up, we're going to be drawing 3 cards. These are going to be our challenges in order. So, first card.
I didn't look at it. The Ring. Upright.
The Ring. Upright. Ugh. Alphabet. R. The Ring.
So that one again.
So, this is a challenge. So, I think that it might be the place that they land in these.
Okay, what's the place?
Realm. The place where oaths are sworn, such as a temple or a courthouse.
So they get sucked into this fiendish plane, and they end up in the plane of hell in Malboja, which is like the courts of hell. And they are now like 5 layers deep in the fiendish planes where deals are struck. No, I like that.
Yeah.
Again, this is
straight to the heart.
Yeah, this is feeling exactly. None of my players continue watching this.
Number 2, let's see who's waiting for them there.
The Expert, upright.
I think this should be who's waiting for them there. So, a person?
Person, yeah, okay.
A person, perhaps a bard, a rogue, a ranger, an artificer, with exactly the right skills for the task at hand.
So if we're thinking negative, this could be they end up right in front of somebody they have to make a pact or deal with, maybe to get out of the fiendish plane. Or perhaps they have, perhaps they've landed in this court of hell, right as somebody else is being sentenced and thrown away, and that person looks back and they see and they connect with them immediately and think that is the person we need, and then the person disappears and vanishes.
Ooh, I like that. That gave me chills.
Like that? Okay, we got one more.
One more.
The Humanoid Inverted.
Ooh, this seems very mundane. E-H letters are hard today. Humanoid inverted. So what do we think this is? A situation? So we have a place, a person. Maybe this will be the situation.
Let's see what the situation says.
A violent situation arising from lack of empathy.
Well, I mean, this is all just working out so perfectly. There's nothing that doesn't fit. Okay, so
Yeah.
they go to a fiendish plane right where they have to strike a bargain. They see that there are these fiends there that they're clearly going to have to talk to, negotiate with, because there's way too many dangerous fiends around for them to be able to just, like, doom guy through hell. The person that they need to help them get out of it is sentenced and thrown away immediately. And what was this one again?
This one was a violent situation arising.
And a violent situation arising. So perhaps that's a jailbreak. Perhaps they have to also get sentenced to where this person is to be able to break them out.
So, next up we have treasure.
Okay.
So this will be our, I guess, our goal.
This is the goal. This is the reward. The Fae Inverted. I'm loving this.
And are we going to do this as an actual treasure?
Let's see what it says for treasure. Sure.
An art object depicting the Shadowfell or magic item that uses shadow magic.
I don't think that fits. What's person or creature?
Creature. We have creature or trap. A creature from the Shadowfell, or one transformed by shadow energy, such as a shadow dragon.
I mean, this is supposed to be the treasure. This is supposed to be the reward of some type.
A person. A gloomy person with no sense of humor, or a person who uses shadow-based magic.
I can see that as a potential reward. So the reward of the jailbreak is they still haven't figured out how to get out yet, so perhaps they need to go to another sinister type person to be able to get out, and the jailbreak gets them in front of the person who can get them out.
Place might fit a little better.
Okay.
So place. A place in the Shadowfell. Somewhere that allows passage to the Shadowfell, or a location where shadow magic is active.
Some weird and strange things occur. They do this jailbreak. They have this expert that they need, and all of a sudden, it's like fate is intervening and just linking up so perfectly, and all of a sudden, they get ripped from the fiendish plane, which they were in, to the Shadowfell.
Or maybe this person is the catalyst that
gets them there. Well, maybe the person ends up dying and their death rips open a thing to get them out to the Shadowfell, which I will say has not solved the problems. They're now in the Shadowfell.
But like, they're no longer in this dungeon.
They're no longer in, but they're in a different dungeon. This is just going to lead to a different dungeon.
And then number 9 is the Guardian.
The donjon. Inverted. It's inverted, so that might not be that bad, but the donjon, which is the prison, which feels like this is going to be a bad ending. Let's see.
That might be a bad ending. It might be world inverted.
Inverted, yes, this is the Guardian. Does that sound like a creature, a person?
That sounds like a person, maybe.
Okay.
Recently freed or escaped prisoner, or a free thinker who rejects social norms. I mean, they're recently freed.
I almost like this leading into another one where the Shadowfell gate opens. They walk into Shadowfell, and they're standing right next to another person that is perhaps guarding their next set of adventures, where the person looks at them, also recently freed, and maybe it's like did you just get here from the lower planes too? And maybe that's kind of like or maybe the person's, I just escaped the celestial planes, and it's a strange conversion that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. It goes with the feel of like the shadow magic involved.
Yeah, the opposites.
Yeah.
Sweet. Well, here's a quick idea of how to craft campaigns using nothing other than the deck of many things and the interpretive book that goes along with it.
Yes, our lovely little reference guide that explains all of the cards to us.
I personally have been using kind of like the D&D's tarot deck, which is the Taroko deck, and then my own version of it to do random encounters, and it is kind of a fun and really random, because it's not just like roll a dice, it's the encounter, it's you draw a card and be like, hey, guess what, this is your encounter.
Guess what, interpretation.
Yeah, so it's going to be a very fun exercise also in creation if you are stumped and try to figure out what to do. So join us for more stuff like this, as we will, I like this, we'll be doing this again.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Thanks.